What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Chisha Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Woman wants to know, how do guys literally know how to look past all their feelings and do what's best for them? They're jealous of us. Of course they are. We're amazing. Let's check it out for ourselves.
Guys literally know how to look past all of their feelings and do what's best for them.
That's right.
Like, they literally know that even if they feel something with someone, that does not mean that it's the best time to be with them, to be in a relationship, or to focus on anybody but themselves. This might sound like common knowledge, but do you see what I mean, girly pops? Like,
girly pops. Interesting.
like, they can look past, like, feeling a connection that's promising.
Right.
For the sake of focusing on their goals and working on themselves. Honestly, beyond me, because I don't even know how you psychologically are such a natural at that. But, like, yeah, that's such a big thing. And so I just want to encourage you, besties, to know when it's time for you to do that. Know when it's time to look at yourself and realize that you don't need to be in your prioritizing dating era or prioritizing finding someone era. Now, you can still be in an era where if you end up meeting someone and things end up seeming right, then cool. But maybe it's not your era to be actively pursuing a relationship or actively dating. How do guys do that?
All right. So she's like, how do guys do that? How do guys build connections with women out here and know that they are soulmates, or potentially maybe could be soulmates? How do they avoid falling into a fairy tale of what could be, but instead focus on what's best for them? Well, there's a simple explanation to this. And there are really two things happening here. Number one, women eventually realize that what men have been telling them are true, that they're able to separate sex and love. That's the first thing, which leads me to the second point. What's happening to the majority of these chicks who sit here and they're like amazed is they don't believe their own nature. A lot of these chicks are sleeping around with guys, getting caught up, and they don't understand that men operate differently from women. And these guys are lying to these women. They're telling them what they want to hear. They're not going to tell them that, like, you know, you really aren't wifey material. There's no way I'm going to actually marry you, or you don't cook, you're not feminine enough, you're not nurturing enough, I'm not going to entertain a serious relationship with you. They're going to string you along and say something along the lines of, you know, I'm just really focused on myself right now, trying to get it together, because you don't want the truth. You don't even like the taste of coffee. Why should he even pretend? So he tells you something like, yeah, you know, I'm just going to focus on what's best for me. She's like, but don't you feel what I feel? He doesn't feel what you feel. You got the larger dose of the bonding chemical during that sexual encounter. That's what's happening to you, right? And where there's no sex involved, usually just points to men just being less emotional than women, which also points to why men should be more qualified to lead in relationships, right? Because navigating through life with emotion obviously puts you in a disadvantage. Men and women have different strengths and they complement each other. They work well together. No one's better than anybody else before feelings get hurt. Let's check out some of these comments, see what the people have to say. First commenter here says they have an abundance mindset and it's incredible. Now, I want you guys to really see this from the female perspective. That abundance mindset are the men that women deal with, which are the top % men. This is not just about money. This is status, this is game, looks. It's a top % men who have an abundance mindset. Most guys, they're not getting that many opportunities. And women don't really understand what the average guy goes through out here. And so they usually use these blanket statements to label most men out here. Yes, men who have a lot of options, which aren't most men, have an abundance mindset. Women actually have natural abundance mindsets themselves with most when it comes to dealing with most men. And that's based on their options, the amount of men who are in their DMs showing them attention. Another comment here says their selfishness is honestly impressive. So you're selfish for wanting to prioritize yourself. Another comment here reads, nah, with an exclamation mark, I actually am amazed at their level of control to decide. It teaches me to pick myself regardless. Now, I'm not going to say that men don't get in situations where they're like, you know what, this isn't best for me, and they're able to mean what they say. They're not always lying. I do believe men of value are able to make more rational decisions. Women are more emotional, and that's just that. Here's another comment from another woman that says emotional discipline, but many have no sexual discipline. And the creator responded and says, wait, this is the one. That is true. Another comment here says, because men were taught to put themselves first and women from a young age were taught to think of everyone else. No, try again. Another comment here says, it's because a lot of them don't live in the scarcity mindset. Actually, a lot of them do. The men that these women deal with, those guys don't live in the scarcity mindset, right? A lot of guys out here are just lost guys. They don't watch content like this. They don't study the dating market. They're not out here improving themselves. They're just out here lost, simping and pandering. And women don't pay them any mind. Goes on to say they wholeheartedly believe that that person will still be there when they're ready. Another comment here says they built different with the crying emoji. Another woman here says, I do too. I'll cry, but I'm doing what's best for me. Practice, ladies. Don't let emotions dictate. Another comment here says, always admired that about men, and that's why I am also like that too. Forget feelings. I'll do whatever is best for me, even if it's without that person. This woman says, what's crazy is how they'll entertain something when they're not remotely interested. Oh yeah, they are interested in those cheeks.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Here's another comment from another woman that says, I just wonder if they ever really felt the connection though. Yeah, they did. They did feel the connection. There are moments when a guy sees a woman and he's like, you know what? You're really fun. You're really great, but you're crazy, right? You've got problems. You've got issues, and this is not going to work. Women, on the other hand, they mix that shit up. Love and emotions, right? Those feelings, which is why they'll have kids with these cookies getting played and wondering what happened. You got to be careful. You got to be careful how you navigate out here as a woman. You can't have a society that encourages women to be promiscuous 304s and not suffer the consequences of that. Guys, as always, I appreciate you for checking out yet another episode of The Coffee Pod. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.